First day of chemo was the end of February 2017. I didn't know what to expect. I was I had I had feelings of, okay, let's do this and what's about to happen. Like, let's get it over with and what's about to happen. So I had both of those going on at the same time. Like, if I get it over with, I'll be at the end soon. So let's just get started. And then it's like, okay, I don't know what's about to happen with my body. Yeah. And then to walk in there, you go in the room to get chemo. Okay, so you have all these chairs that lean back, comfortable chairs, and all these different people in there. And it's like a depressing place. It's not a place that it don't feel good. The atmosphere is kind of sad. It's kind of depressing because everybody's hooked to the machines and some people in different phases and some people really, really sick. And you know what's crazy? I saw a lady in there. She was so sick. And I was like, wow. Now I'm in there. This is my first day. So I'm like, okay. And I'm in there and she looked like she was barely holding on. Do you know I was that lady the next time I was there? Blew my mind. First day I went in there, I'm like looking around. I'm like, some of them look really jacked up. And I'm still okay. They do my port. I'm hooked up and I'm okay. But the second time, which was 2 weeks later, I went to get that chemo. I was barely holding on. They had me in a wheelchair. I was barely holding on. That's what blew my mind, how quickly it changed, how sick I was. I couldn't eat. I was vomiting. I was just really sick. And I looked like death sucking on a lemon. I looked like the lady that was barely holding on. Yeah. And I had to do that 8 times over a course of 4 months. Yeah. Yeah, 4 months. Actually, we got closer. I was concerned about her senior year because financially things were different because I had to close my salon and things like that. But it worked out. People, grace of God, people were very generous and they helped us and they helped Tyler. And my husband was good. He was strong. My children were strong. And we got closer. Yeah, we got closer because before, I thought we were close. You think, everything's good, but tragedy strikes and it can go either way. It can pull you apart or it can bring you closer. And in our situation, it brought us closer. We did more things. We talked more, spent more time together, and it's still like that. So it was like a blessing in disguise, kind of, because I was a very busy lady, busy working. And I provided financially. And I thought I provided emotionally and that I was present, but I don't think I was that present in hindsight. And then they start telling me stuff. My daughter's like, it's so nice to have you here. I'm like, what does that mean? I'm here every day. But it's different. You can be here and not here. So I became present in the moment with them, playing games with them and just talking with them and then sitting with my husband and giving them time. But, it was nice. So there was a blessing that came out of it. So they got to see how strong I was and they got to see how God moves. So that was huge for my husband, for my children, for my family in general. They got to really see God's hand because he strengthened me and I was able to encourage them. So that was something. I'm like, I need encouragement, but I'm encouraging them. He was encouraging me. So he strengthened me and I was able to help them. Yes, it changed my life for the better. No, I don't think it would be this way if I hadn't. And just being honest, because I was still doing my life my way, which a lot of us do. And I did not see a problem. And going through cancer stopped me in my tracks and made me be aware of life. Like you hear the term stop and smell the roses, so to speak. You start to do that. When you're facing a life-threatening disease, and you realize you have no control, everything gets put in perspective. You don't care. You're not thinking about a car and somebody, a business. You're thinking about your health. At that point, nothing matters. You want to live. So that became paramount. Then I'm like, all this stuff, why am I used to work sun up to sundown for what? I'm missing my family. So what am I chasing a dollar for? So that became paramount. Like, my family is important. So things, it changed my life. And I don't think I would have got that realization had I not went through this. Just to be honest, I don't, because I was still going in that direction. So no, I think it was a blessing that came out of it. When I started radiation, it was about 6 weeks after chemo, because they make you wait a little while. Radiation was different. Chemo, I went every 2 weeks, a few days, every 2 weeks, a few days. Radiation, I went every day for 29 days. That's something, because you're going every day, taking off your top, laying down to get burned by this machine, because that's what they're doing. They're burning you. And you, how can I was sick of it. I was sick of it. I was sick of going every day. I was sick of it. My skin was turning real dark. It was burning. It was hurting. And I'm like, why do I have to do this? So, and they're like, well, that means we can really get it at the point and kill the cells, and we can do what the chemo can't do. And it's just, sometimes you feel like a huge guinea pig. You just feel like, why do I have to do all this? I thought you got it at surgery. I thought the chemo did it. Now why do I have to do this? They want to do so much to you, and then they finish, and it's like, oh, well, you still got to do this. Well, is it gone or is it not gone? Mm-hmm. So that's really, you go through all of that. So radiation, it didn't hurt while they were doing it, but the after effects are painful, and I'm still burned. I still have burns on my skin from the radiation, but it was daily. It only lasts about 15 minutes. So I drive out there 20 minutes, come back. I met some great people, though, so that was cool. But, yeah, it sucked. All of it sucks. I didn't feel angry. No, I didn't feel angry. I felt frustrated. I did feel frustrated. I did not feel angry, though, because I know it's needed, because they tell me it is. So I'm like, okay, do what you have to do to get it, because mine has spread, and they wanted to make sure they, got right to it. It's like getting to the root. Chemo doesn't get to the root. Chemo gets to the active cells that are floating around. Radiation gets to the root, even if it isn't active. So I understand the need of it. It's just the repetition of it and every day. And then you get tired of people messing with you. You get tired of taking off your clothes. You get tired of getting poked and prodded at. You just do. So it was more frustration, but not anger, because I understood it. But it didn't mean I was any less tired of being messed with. But when I'm laying on that table, they're talking to you. They're asking about your day, your previous day, and, it's okay. But let me tell you, I'm always praying. I don't care where I'm at. People don't know it, but I'm always talking to God. I'll be laying on that table. Lord, don't let anything happen. Let this work the way it's supposed to work. Let it all the time. Be with them as they're touching me. Let me be an impact on them. Let me shift the atmosphere when I come around. This is a constant thing. Every day, everywhere I go. And it was the same way when I was going through that. Same today. Okay. So it keeps my mind. Yeah, he said, keep your mind on him. So that's what I do. Okay, this was my plan. Found out I had cancer. That was devastating, because it puts you in shock. Like, what do you mean I have cancer? Like, nothing prepares you for that. That's number one. Nothing. So get over the initial shock of that. I found out December 8th, 2016. And I still was like, I can't have cancer. I'm going to school January 3rd. That's my... That was my thought. Like, no, I had school. I'm going to be an instructor, hair instructor, because I want to teach. I want to be a platform artist, and I want to teach hair videos, and I want to write books about healthy hair care. That was my plan. Like, no, I can't. I don't have time for this. I got things to do. But yeah, find that out, and I'm like, okay. January 15th, 2017 was the last day. I worked at the salon. I'm like, okay. I told my clients to be down for a few months. They're gonna cut this out, and then I can come back to work. I kept thinking I was going back to work. So my plan was, and you know what's crazy? I had several dreams saying that I wasn't, and prophetic words telling me that I wasn't. And I'm like, I am. That's what I'm doing, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, so that was my plan. My plan was I am going back. I kept telling people, changing the date, March, April. And then the last date that I told people was August. I'm coming back in August. Girl. What's that saying? You tell God your plans and watch him laugh. Yeah, so my plans and his plans were totally different. His are better, though. His are better.